Well, good evening, everyone, on this Tuesday, June 16th. For those of you who are following and everybody who's watching the rebroadcast, what I'm doing is uh, doing interviews all month. June is National DJ and Music Month. So on my Facebook group, DJ Interview, I am interviewing 30 DJs and people who support the DJ industry. So, without further ado, wait, one more. I want to thank everybody coming from Twitch, um, YouTube, and Periscope. So, let me bring my next guest on, my very special next guest, DJ Mixmash. What's going on?
How you doing, Harry? Thank you for having me here, man.
No problem. How you doing today?
I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed, and I'm happy to be here, man.
That is good. So, to let people know who you are, let me finish getting myself ready. To let people know who you are and your situation, uh, ex- um, if you want to say your real name, that's good. Um, your situation and how you got started.
So, I go by the name of DJ Mixmash. Government name is Matthew. And for those of you who don't know, I'm totally blind.
Totally
And
blind.
and I have been DJing for 13 years.
13.
13
Wow.
years.
How old are you, if you ain't shy to say?
I'm 23 years old.
23, and you've been DJing since you were the age of
10.
13.
And I've been DJing since I was 10.
Wow. I mean, excuse me, you've been DJing for 13 years and you've been
Yes.
doing it since the age of 10.
Yes.
Now, some people have a handicap to where they're just not musically inclined. You have a visually impaired handicap. What made you want to get some turntables and start DJing?
Well, here's a fun fact that not many people know. I remember this, and I was actually thinking about this. My love for the record player came a couple of ways. One way was I went to this school in Philly called Overbrook School for the Blind, and they had, I think it was like a field day when you're like in elementary school and you do like these day of activities. And I kind of remember it was in a gym and they had something going on and they showed me a record player. I don't really remember much about the record player. All I remembered it was a square box with a little circular thing that just spun around in circles. And I was intrigued by that particular object, and I didn't know what it was. And then my dad got me into the mixing part because if you're from the New York City area, he used to record people like DJ Red Alert, Chuck Chill Out, Marley Marl, the Latin Rascals, Awesome 2, and so on and so forth. So that's what's got me into mixing. Now, as far as scratching goes, my mother taught me how to scratch a record. Now, my mother plays a role in the musical influences because she used to have records like Luther Vandross, Madonna, Hall & Oates, Average White Band, uh, Bruce Springsteen. And with all of that music coming up, it made me think, like, how were the DJs I just mentioned mixing those records and making it seem seamless on the radio? And that's what made me want to get a pair of turntables and make me say, I want to do that.
Wow. Now let me tell you, DJ Mixmash, we're having issues where we don't see you, but we can hear you. So we're just gonna go with it.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Wow. So your mother actually taught you how to scratch.
Yes.
Explain that.
Well, one day I was playing a record and I said, "Mommy, I want to learn how to scratch." And she was like, "Oh, this is how you do it. This is how you do it." And she just grabbed my hand, put it on the turntable, and from there it just took off.
Wow. So um I'm assuming you have turntables now.
Yes,
Do you
Technique
work with
SL1200s.
the controllers too?
No, and the reason why I don't work with the controllers is because I understand that Serato is big is a huge part of the controllers. And for those of you who don't know, Serato is not accessible for the blind as far as using the computer goes. Because if you're a blind person, you have a screen reader that reads everything to you that's on the screen, and Serato uh, I think Serato is more visual, where you can see the waves and count the BPMs of the records.
Right.
And the screen reader will not tell me what, like, the waves of the record, and will not explain to me how everything works. So I'm just a vinyl and CD guy.
Wow. So now uh, uh this is like really amazing to me. And I'm for everybody out there, I'm recording this also, and I know we're having issues with the live stream to places. I'm actually recording this, and I will replace the live stream with the recording. So it just amazes me that you know how to uh, understand where you are in a record, because you said you're not messing with Serato or anything. You are
No.
actually messing with records, and all DJs that did vinyl, there are certain points you have to put and mix, and you know even people that can visually see everything have issues at the beginning. So how was your learning curve when you first started this? Like,
Well,
you know,
you know, back then when I started, uh, I think like a lot of DJs who are not that experienced at first, you break a couple of needles. So I say that to say I did not, I kind of was just guessing where each song was on the record. But as time went on and I learned how to treat and handle the equipment better, I started to, I guess, feel with my finger, and I just like, I guess I still kind of guessed where the spot was, but I was starting to build a sense where if I go this far with the needle, then I know that's where the next track is, or if I go too far, then I know that that's the end of the record, and you're not going to get no sound from it.
right.
So
Whew, that and you just kept it going. Now you told me a story to where you can actually feel the vinyl and know what record it is.
correct, correct, correct.
Talk a little bit about that, because I find that so amazing.
So with the vinyl, there are, as everyone knows, there are grooves in the record, and I guess with my finger, like if you gave me a record and said uh that's Kenny Rogers, I would be able to tell, like by feeling the top of the record where the label is. Oh, that's that label, the way the label is and downward is Kenny. But I can mainly tell what record is which by the label, more
Wow.
so the
I this is just still so amazing to me that you're able to do this skill and and still maintain. Now, I've heard you play.
Hmm.
If anybody wants to hear any of DJ Mixmash sets, he's on Facebook. He goes under the name Matt Howell,
Yes.
and uh, if you click on his name, I don't know if you have to friend him or not to listen, or you can just go listen. But I heard you play, and you're really old school.
Yes.
At 23, you're playing stuff that we used to play back in the day.
Yes. That's all the stuff that my parents introduced me to as a kid. Like I said, from my mother's record collection to hearing the old New York City master mixes from BLS, Kiss FM, and KTU and HBI. Those stations.
Now, Tommy DJ Tom. Wait. International DJ Tommy Lee was on yesterday.
Yes.
You know, how do you know him?
So I met Tommy through a group of friends, and he was part of a radio show, and we met. And when Tommy and I met, I'd say that we hit it off, and we got close from there. And I got to go to an event where I heard Tommy play. And the one thing, like Tommy said yesterday, is he is very knowledgeable about where, like, when the bridge of the record comes and where the break is and how to intro and outro the song. Tommy does not talk the record in or out. He just gets right to it, and I respect that about him.
Yeah. And I know you got some more friends out here. We had another one who got interviewed, DJ Woody Wood.
Yes, and I'd like to thank him for putting me on to you and recommending that I even come on here. So Woody, if you're watching, I appreciate you, my brother, and I
Yeah,
thank
he
you.
is. He said, "What's up?"
Yes, yes.
DJ Tommy Lee said he thinks you're an amazing person to hang out with. DJ Howie D said, "Whoa."
What's up, guys? What's up, everybody?
um, LaShawn said, "Hey." DJ CJ said, "What's up?"
Okay.
And I just, people here just, I think you should be really inspired by Matt. No, I'm getting personal with him, DJ Mixmash, and his story because it's so amazing. You've only been here 23 years. I've been in
Yes.
the army longer than you. You're old,
Oh man.
and you got this old soul when you play.
Yes.
You have people around you that you who let me ask you this. Who else have you played with and who else supports you?
I've played with Red Alert before, and he is one of my biggest supporters and fans. And Red, if you're
Red,
watching,
if you hear, give a shout out, Red.
I appreciate you, Red, for everything that you have done. Uh, Another supporter and another person who has inspired me is a DJ out of Willingboro, New Jersey, named DJ Soulbuck, who actually gave me the advice to when you're scratching, make sure your cuts are on time and precise. So I thank him very much for that. So I've played alongside Red Alert. I've played alongside Ted Smooth before. Uh, there's a DJ named Sir Charles Mixon Dixon who was on WBLS in New York City.
Right.
Oh man, there's a lot of more people, but they're
you,
not coming to
you're
me.
drawing a blank right now, right?
Yes, yes.
What is it like playing alongside the cool DJ Red Alert? He's like legend to everybody. He's not just known in the tri-state area.
Yeah.
He's known pretty much everywhere.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. Playing alongside Red Alert for the first time was one of the most exciting but nerve-wracking feelings ever, because, put it like this, a basketball player is playing, a young and up-and-coming basketball player is playing alongside Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant, rest in peace to him.
Hmm.
And it's like, you don't want to mess up. It's like, make sure that you're on your A game. You
Right.
you just cannot mess this up. You simply cannot mess this up.
I mean, wow. And you know DJ Cam.
Yes. Big ups to Cam as well. I don't know if he's watching.
Now tell us a little about your experience with Tommy Lee. Did you play with him?
I didn't play with him. I was I was his
I know
MC.
that sounds funny, right?
No. I did not play alongside with him, but I was his MC. Kind of like for everyone in New York, if you grew up listening to those Park Jam tapes of the Cold Crush Brothers, you had the MCs rapping and like Charlie Chase and them doing their thing. I was the MC and Tommy was the DJ, and the chemistry was just so dope. We did that event for like how many years, Tommy? Like 2 or 3, I think. And it was fun. I said, Tommy Lee's about to drop another one, and he just threw the record right in. And it was like right there, like wow.
reading some of the questions, one person asked, what type of music besides your old school hip hop do you like playing?
Oh, I love playing. You know what? I love playing reggae, like dancehall, some house
Right.
music, and
Right.
I like some jazz. Like I have in my record collection, which I'll get to in a couple of minutes. I have Stanley Turrentine, Grover Washington Jr., Ralph McDonald, who made the breakbeat Jam on the Groove. I have, I like playing some jazz, rock, house music, anything with a good beat. I'm down for it. So
Rock?
any rock, I will spin.
Who's one of the guys you play?
I'll play like Leonard Skinner sometimes, or actually, one of the first record I bought with my own money was Seals and Crofts, Summer Breeze.
Oh, wow.
So
That's good song.
Here.
Good song.
Yeah, that's in here somewhere.
DJ Tommy Lee said last year we were doing break beats in the park.
Yes, we were. Absolutely. I was watching the live.
DJ Howie D said, where do you find your vinyl?
Well, you gotta know the you have to know the proper shops to go to, because you can go to any record shop. What makes a record shop stand out to me is the selection they have, and if there's more hits in that dollar bin than not. And I don't mean like like hits that everyone knows. Like if there are more hits that I think sound funky, or if I've Googled the songs and they sound good, then I will continue to go back to that record shop.
Wow. So now, okay, you said you read the records by the label.
I feel the record. Yes, I feel
the records are in covers. How do you manage this now?
I take if I'm going to play, something like Atlantic Star or something like Marvin, I'll take the record out the cover and I'll feel the label of the record. Like I said, I have to take it out the cover to know what record is what, because a cover is the same to me.
Right.
But if you take the record, well, some covers are different, but a lot of covers are the same. But if you take a lot of the records out of the cover, I'll be able to say, oh, that's that and that's that.
DJ CJ said, is A1 Records still open?
A1 Records. Isn't that in Isn't that in Brooklyn or somewhere? I don't know where.
Yeah, me either.
Records, I forgot about that. I think so, actually. I think so.
I don't know. DJ Woody said good advice on the record shop. And I know, they're really scarce now. So where exactly do you go now?
Well, I don't really like to give away the secrets as far as where I go. But one place I will say is Rock and Soul
Yeah.
in New York. That's a good place to go for 45s mainly. And there's another place down near my mother's house that they specialize in I call them like the dollar bin stores. They're the best in like the dollar bins.
Right. Uh so I remember you said you had a 45 from the other day. Can you show
Yes.
that? People are not going to see it yet, but when I repost this, they will see it.
I don't know if you can see it now.
No.
Hold on. Okay, how about now?
Yep.
That's a rarity 45. It's a rare 45 to have in your collection.
Oh man.
And I have a couple more records if you'd also like to see as well.
Yeah, show them.
So I'm gonna just pull out a handful.
And you got a record collection too?
Yes. Matter of fact, this is the first record I bought with my own money.
I was going to ask you.
Right here.
Seals and Croft.
This is it. This is the record that I bought with my own money. Let me find another couple favorites of mine. Hold on. Now, this next one I'm about to show is...
I know you guys don't see, but DJ Mixmash is digging in his crates.
These are essentials for any breakbeat head as a DJ. These are very essential beats right here.
And what is that?
That is Cerrone, Look for Love.
Ah.
And I'm going to try and pull out another. Matter of fact, I have a rare 45. I'm going to try it. I'm going to. I don't know how many people have this, but we're talking rare 45s.
It's a epic. I don't see the name of it.
Black or white. Michael Jackson, Black or White.
Oh, on 45.
On 45.
Wow.
Not many people, and I'll just show one final one.
DJ CJ said, "Do you play soca and calypso?"
I haven't played soca. No, I haven't played that in a while. But this is the last one right here.
And that's a Motown.
That's Johnny Gill. Rub You the Right Way.
On 45.
Yes. Yes. That is
Wow. I see your turntables.
Yes.
And you actually get on these things. Everybody, you will see it on the replay. I'll take this one down because I know it right now it's showing a black screen, but I will repost this and show it again. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
DJ CJ said, "Do you have Cerrone Sweet Drums?"
Is that on the same album as Look for Love?
He probably heard you.
let me know, CJ.
And DJ Woody said, "Not radio funk, but real funk." So, tell us a story. A horror. No, tell us a horror story. of you DJing. We all have them.
A horror story where like my worst gig.
Yeah.
Ooh, I can think of one right off the top. I can think of one right. I was at where I met Woody at the International DJ Cafe in New Jersey.
Uh-huh.
Shout out to everyone who attends in New Jersey, in the southern part of New Jersey, that is. And I I bought my records because my friend DJ Soulbuck, he told me that you can bring your vinyl and you can play.
Right.
So I brought my records. I didn't know that I had to bring my own needles before I was getting on somebody else's set. So I got on this guy's set, and the one turntable was fine, but the other turntable, the needle was just dragging back. Like it was like skidding across the record. And it was not looking good. Everybody was crushing the set that whole night. Everyone was going in. And one other DJ was playing vinyl too. But when I came on, and I remember I played Roxanne. Matter
Right.
of fact, I might pull that out at some point too. My 2 copies of Roxanne. I played Roxanne, and I was trying to cut the record, and it just was not sounding good, no matter what I was trying to do. But they gave me an applause. But I learned, bring your needle, and bring your needles, and make sure that the set you get on is a good set, and make sure that they're not trying to blackball you, if you will. So.
Oh man, that is crazy.
Yeah, that was...
We all got the horror stories. DJ Tommy Lee talks about the sleeve, and he told me a story that a couple of days later, Red was laughing at him, and then a couple of days later, it happened to him too. Wow.
See?
So tell me one of your best parties to date, because I know you're still actively DJing.
Well, I can think of 2. There was one event I did in New Jersey called I forgot the name of it, but it was at Military Park by the NJ Pack. For those of you in Newark, New Jersey, who know where the NJ Pack is, I was playing for. I was originally supposed to play for 2 hours, but I think they had me on for an additional 30 minutes. And from the time I got on to the time I went off, it was like a club in New York City. Everybody was having fun. My mother even told me, even older people were out there on the dance floor dancing and just having a good time. And
nice.
If you can make 70-year-olds dance to house music, you're doing something right.
You're doing something.
Yes.
Wow. You said there's a second one?
Oh, it's not really a party, but it's a... so I have these 2 friends, and Tommy was there for both of them, actually. I have these 2 friends from Utica, New York, and we were all doing an event at Rock and Soul, which is a legendary record store in New York / DJ equipment spot. Tommy Lee mentioned it yesterday.
Yep.
Shout out to them. Now, my friend, his name is Bobby Bounce. He booked it so that he could get on. He didn't tell them that I was going to be the surprise guest. And I said, well, Bobby, I asked him on the phone with Bobby, what are you going to do if they say no? We only want you. He said, well, I'll just bring my records in the car and say, well, I don't have any records, so he has no choice but to perform.
Right.
So I got in there and I played everything. I remember the set I played too. I played everything from Hall & Oates to Strafe Set It Off, and it just flowed so smoothly. And that was when people were walking down the street and they heard the music coming out the store, and people stopped and they were wondering who did it. And when they found out about me and my situation, that just made it all a lot better.
I was going to ask you, did they know?
They did. Yes.
Wow.
They did.
So how do people come up to you and ask, how do you do this? What do you tell them?
I just tell
I know you get that question like a million times after people find out you're handicapped.
Well, at first I didn't know how to fully respond to that because, you know, it's not that you're not used to it, but you just don't know what to say to people.
Okay.
But I can honestly say, let's not trying to be funny, but try and go home and DJ with your eyes closed and work at it for X amount of years. That's how I do it. Honestly, there's no simpler answer than that.
For real.
No simpler answer.
That is something for everybody out there.
Yes. Yes. So
Uh.
that's how I do that.
Oh man. So you're streaming.
Yes.
How is that possible when some people just don't that can see don't know how to get on Facebook and do that? How are
Well,
you doing it?
I I have this for those of you who have an iPhone. There is I'm going to give you a little history on the iPhone and blind users. There is a thing on the iPhone called VoiceOver, which will read to me everything that's on the phone, or like if I'm getting a text message from you, Harry, it'll read like say you text me, "Hey, that was a great interview. Will you come back?" It'll read that to me. So I say that to say when I stream, I can go on Facebook and it will read to me the list of people who are active, so they can tune in and watch me. And then after that, it will read to me the buttons: start the stream, stop the stream, and then if I look, it will read who's watching.
Right.
So that's how I do that.
Oh, okay. And I know people find that because I knew there's technology out there, but not that great technology.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, yes, yes.
Gee. And how long did it take you to get used to getting on and streaming
Not
before
long at all.
before you pretty much got it?
Not long at all. I think it took me about a decent about a week or two.
Okay.
Tops. Tops.
DJ 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 Woody said I used to tell people all the time to DJ you really need your ears.
Mm, that's deep. Yes, and Woody's right about that.
Yeah. He
Because the
also
ears
said
can judge. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
he also said he remembered that day in the horror story you was talking about.
I don't think he was there, but I did tell him. I did tell him the story. I did tell him the story. That was
So
crazy.
you were about to say with his comment with all you need is your ears.
I was going to say, not only do you need your ears to DJ, but you also need your ears to determine whether a record is going to be a hit or nothing.
Right.
And your ears, if you have a good judge of music, 9 times out of 10, if you can judge something's going to be a hit, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be right.
Wow. So, what do you tell I'm getting into my own personal last question. What do you tell a new DJ who may come up to you because they find your story so amazing? What do you tell that new DJ that's coming into the game that needs connections because obviously you're connected, you know the big dogs in the industry. What do you tell that DJ or that up and coming wannabe DJ?
Well, I would first say study, if you're going to DJ, try to study the crowd and know what you're getting yourself into. Because you can't, if you're going to DJ a corporate event per
Right.
se, you can't you can't come to like a proper black tie affair and play something like uh you can't play something like Run DMC or or like Onyx or something like that. You can't do that. So
Right.
study the crowd, make sure you manage to learn how important it is to be on time with the cuts and the blends and the transitions, because hashtag transitions matter, as they say. So study your crowd. Make sure you also are wise about the equipment you get, because my opinion is the type of equipment you get will dictate your level as a DJ. And I understand sometimes people have different circumstances, but if you're in a position where you're good, make sure you get the best equipment that is equipped to your level.
Right. Oh man. Wow.
I heard some
So
house music.
yeah, that was my phone. I did the
Good.
no and had my phone on.
It's okay.
So
It's perfect.
let me ask you this. That I know that was my own personal last question, but how did you get your name?
Well, when I was younger, uh, for not even my family knows, I used to call this. I used to call this my name on the low. I used to call myself DJ Zero because I didn't have a clue on what my name was going to be. And then I called myself DJ Blast and that was short lived. How long it was, I don't remember. I think my mother and I were sitting together uh, somewhere, and we just turned and said Mixmash. I think, because a lot of people have different variations, but that's what I remember it as.
Let me check it. See, DJ Woody said, you're absolutely right about the equipment.
Yes,
Yeah.
and Woody's been an inspiration to me as well, because I remember when I did an old school set, Woody had told me, you're bouncing from era to era. Try to stay in one lane, and I appreciate Woody for telling me that. And I sent him a mix recently, uh, and he said, you've gotten a lot better. I see you've taken advice, and to hear that meant a lot to me. So I thank you, Woody. Again, I thank you, my brother.
Now you guys were telling me that DJ Woody was pretty much a legend out there in Jersey
Yes, I
and in
mean,
Philly.
yes. I didn't grow up listening to Street Beat. I heard about Street Beat on Power 99 much later down the line, because obviously you grow up hearing stuff like Red and Chuck and Marley and them. Well, I did. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, I want to branch out and see what other hip hop radio shows were like across the country. And being that my mom and I were down here near Philly, I was like, let me see what the radio market was like back then.
Right.
So I did my research, and my main man DJ Soulbuck, as well as a couple of other people, had told me how Woody was like uh, the Mr. Magic and Red Alert of Philly, because Woody had even said it that he played all the New York records when they weren't really playing many New York records on Power 99 and the mix shows, and Woody was the first one to do that, or one of the first.
Wow. So did you have gigs set up for this year already?
Um, no, but I did actually. I did do a virtual gig in May, and
Oh,
that was fun. That was fun.
okay. I was wondering if this virus kind of disrupted everything, but you're getting actual virtual parties. Wow.
Yes, yes. And I would love to do more virtual parties. I would love to do like a. I know this term is used a lot now, but another club quarantine party. I would definitely love to do that one Friday or Saturday night. Honestly.
Ah, that's
So
funny.
yes, yes.
So who did you when you were younger and getting into this DJ thing, who did you idolize?
There's a couple people. Like I said, Red Alert definitely, because the one thing I respect about Red when it comes to his mixing is his transitions. Again, are smooth as anything, and anybody can tell you, if you don't know who Red Alert is as a young DJ or a new DJ, anybody can tell you that his transitions are very clean. I also idolized Flex because of Flex's energy on the
Yeah.
radio. And back then, his cuts were superb. Back then,
Yes.
very superb. Um, and honestly, Harry, I idolized a lot of the New York DJs.
Now, did you get to talk to Flex or
I
you know
never
get advice from any of those other ones besides Red, of course, because he's your supporter?
Chuck has given me advice too. Now, the thing with Flex is Flex knows who I am, but he's never met me. And how Flex got to know of me because Red Alert and Flex and Chuck do a show on Hot 97 every Christmas Eve playing old school hip hop for it used to be 5 hours. Now it's like 6 or 7 hours. I can't remember.
Wow.
So one of those shows, I think they've been doing it for like 10, 11 years straight. I think like 2013 or 14, one of them years, Redhead went on the air and told Flex about me. And to hear my name being mentioned by someone who was iconic, who I grew up hearing as a kid,
Right.
that was one of the best Christmas gifts I had gotten that year.
Wow.
It was beautiful to hear that.
And how old were you? Still fresh into the game at age?
Yeah. I was actually I was 16. So that was 13. I was 16.
Wow.
I was
And to hear
16.
your name on the radio like that,
Yes.
them actually talking about you.
To hear Red Alert say to Flex that I'm a student of the game and I do my history and I do my history and I study meant so much to hear that. It was like amazing to see that.
Yeah.
Or to hear that, I should say. It was like, wow.
Mm. We're going to start wrapping this up, but anything you would like to tell everybody who's listening right now?
Well, first and foremost, I know that you made this about me, but I wanted to say to you, Harry, thank you again. And thank you, Woody, for having me on, for putting me on to Harry and making this happen. So I thank the both of you. And I say to you, Harry, what you're doing, I know I've said this to you on the phone,
Yeah.
but what you're doing is amazing, man. And I respect that because a lot of DJs have a story that need to be told.
Right.
And the fact that you're giving DJs the chance to tell their story to maybe uplift someone because every story can, if you're going through a rough patch, every story can uplift you in some way, shape, or form.
Yes.
And I commend you for doing this. And I know sometimes there are days where things can get hard, but the fact that you get
Yeah.
up every day and do what you do, I commend you for that so much, and I respect you for that, my brother.
Man, thank you so much. Can you believe this is number 16 straight interviews?
16, man. 16. That's a beautiful thing.
And
Now,
I'm going all the way to 30. I'm going to June 30, from June 1st to June 30.
wow. And that's a beautiful thing, man. And like I said, to everyone who, if you're hearing about me for the first time, I welcome you with open arms to getting to know me. As Woody can tell you, Tommy can tell you, and Harry is finding out I'm not a person who's going to bite. You know,
Right.
I, to me, it's not just about the music because with everything that's going on, we need to check on each other. And
Yeah.
I'm all about reaching out and saying, hey, forget the equipment, forget the records. I just want to make sure that you're okay. I know we're going through a rough patch, but I just want to make sure that you are okay.
Right.
And that's all that matters, man. But to everyone, I just say welcome. And to everyone who knows me, if you guys are going to keep riding with me, I thank you guys humbly.
Wow. Thank you so much, man.
And the time flies by. What time? What time is it now?
It's about 8:48.
Oh man, I was gonna keep on going. This is.
We've been on. If you want to keep going, if you got stuff to share, I'm here. We can
I
go as
mean,
long or as short as you want.
hey, man, I could go for a bit. I mean, trust me. So, if there are any more questions you or anybody in the chat has, don't hesitate to ask, man. Please, don't hesitate.
My one of the questions I'm going back to is, uh your feeling about people approaching you with your handicap.
Mm.
How do you feel? How do you want people to approach you? Because some people may not know how.
I'm gonna tell you something. When I was in high school, there was a kid who I went to school with, uh, and this has happened in other cases, but I'm going to use this kid for instance. I was a freshman in high school, and I believe he was a senior or a junior. It's been a while, I can't remember, but he would always talk to me, and I would find out from people. His name was Dave. He's like, Dave wants to ask you, how do you do this and how do you do that, but he doesn't want to come up to you. I'm like, well, I understand people don't want to offend me, but in retrospect, you are offending me if you feel that you can't approach me and ask me how am I doing this, because what makes me different from anybody else?
Right.
What makes me different where you have to ask someone else, hey, can you ask him this question? I'm no different than the next man. Only thing is, my eyes don't work.
Right.
So, what makes me different?
Some people just feel that way. I mean, I
Yeah,
don't know. People, you know, when we first got on the phone, I talked to you about this because I
yes, you did.
want to know if you're offended or if you're open like that.
Not even. And I'm going over there to put this Frisco Disco record back. So, okay. I'm back.
And
No,
he knew what he had in his hand.
yes. And actually, I don't know if I can. I'm going to try and show you something, another thing real quick, too. Because I know Howie asked Woody if he had 45s. See if you can see this.
Yeah, I see them.
That's a crate. These are my grandmother's 45s.
Wow.
These are my grandmother's. My Nana, uh, and my dad, and my aunt. Those 45s that they used to slide across the floor as frisbees. Those are all theirs. And since we're talking Roxanne, I'm gonna find it.
I knew you was gonna find that.
Find it. I'm gonna,
While you're looking, where do you see yourself going
well,
with the DJing thing?
I,
Are you
well,
looking to take this full time? Are you looking?
I got the record in my hand. Here we
Okay.
go. If I'm doing accurate with this.
No, I don't see it.
Okay. How
Yes,
about
I
that?
see it now. Yeah.
Yeah, that's this
And you got doubles? Eh,
triples actually.
Oh, everybody should have.
Because I have, let's see, what is this? I have two doubles of Roxanne. Wait, what the heck is? Okay, hold on. Oh, you know what this is? I have Roxanne, and then the real Roxanne.
Ah,
Because
in the same case.
the case ripped.
You're out of the camera view now.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
I was putting this back. The
Gotcha.
case ripped. That's why. But I could go through my records all night if I wanted to. But I could see myself doing this full time, definitely. And very rarely, I look at it like this. It's like when people say it takes a while for you to find the love of your life, relationship wise.
Right.
Very rarely do you just search one time and that's it. Very rarely do you find the love of your life career-wise and you search just one time and you found it, you know?
We got a question. Uh, how many records do you have?
I don't even know, to be honest with you. Matter of fact, I I'm gonna pull out a whole handful just so you all can see. Now, I understand that some of this might not be in the camera view, but I'm gonna try my best. And this is just one section, so I hope everybody's ready. Matter of fact, no, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pull out all my breakbeats. Breakbeats.
So people can see.
Yeah, I gotta find it. Oh.
CJ said he got to get you to his crib.
Hey, I'm willing. I'm willing. I'm ready. Like in the words of Big Daddy Kane, I'm ready. I'm sorry, I keep going all over the place. I'm gonna pull out all my hip hop from 1986 to 89. So this is everything that I have. I don't know if you can see this, but I don't know if you can see the whole lot of records.
Lift it up a little. Yes.
That's
now, yeah.
One section.
And you said that's
86 to 89.
89.
Yeah, like.
So you know that because you set these things up.
Correct. I'm gonna put these records back. Like that's De La Soul and The Bridge Is Over and Public Enemy in here.
Yeah.
All the essentials.
I just still find this so amazing. Hey, DJ Clientele, we were having some technical issues, and I'm recording offline so we can get the full view of him. It's a black screen where I'm streaming at, so no worries. We will repost this.
Yes, you will.
Yeah, man. So,
but honestly, like I said, a lot of records, but it's all worth the while.
Yeah,
definitely all worth it.
There we go. Wow. I'm like it's just still amazing to me, and I've talked to you already on at least 3 other times, and I still just find this story so amazing.
Yes, and it's amazing to know how many lives you've touched. Oh, and there's another crate of 45s I just found too, of all soul records, like stuff I. Oh man, you got me finding more stuff. Jeez.
Hey, we're coming up on the hour,
cool.
DJ Mixmash. Cool. You came out of frame.
Yes. Oh.
The phone must have moved.
Nah. Okay. There we go.
Yeah. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
So we're coming up on the hour. I want to thank you, and if you're willing to come back another time,
absolutely,
that would be perfect, and maybe the tech gods will be with us, and we can we could have this thing straight. But yes. Like I said, what I'm gonna do is I'm recording from my computer too, and I will set this up, get it edited, and then put it back online so everybody can see, actually see you, because they see a black screen right now. But
But
I do thank you for your time and for your accomplishments.
I thank you, man. I thank you for what you do, and for this platform, because the community, like I've said, really needs a platform to tell their story. And the fact that you've had this plan for 7 years, and
Yeah,
the fact that this
we
whole
had that
virus,
conversation.
yes, yes, and I
um,
just thank you and commend you.
yes, sir. So um, we're gonna end this. I thank you. You have a great night. You guys stay safe out there,
You too.
and I'll talk to you soon. All right.
You got it, brother.
All right. So we just talked to DJ Mixmash. His handicap is he's blind, totally blind, and he DJs. You have to go and see or go on his profile play page, which is Matt Howell, and you'll find it. If you're in this group, you'll find it in this group. If you know him, share it with somebody and share one of his streams that he played music. Amazing story. I will see you guys back here tomorrow. We got another special guest. DJ Cam is coming up, and he's going to talk about his career. This DJing is all he do. He's going to talk about his career and how he came up. And I'll let him say that. We'll be back about 8ish tomorrow, Wednesday. We'll talk to you soon.